Adorable reviews, Spiral Knights. Okay, so this is a game I have a good amount of experience on. If you couldn't tell from my robes of awesome! Anyway, Spiral Knights is an MMO with swords, shields, bombs, and guns. It's a very interesting cyberpunk concept, and I really enjoy it. Basics of the story. War brought your race to its knees. This bizarre planet called Cradle holds potential. Your giant-ass ship gets shot down, your escape pod crash lands, and you receive a transmission from Recon Knight Rendon saying, "Dangerous world, kill things, don't get killed." All in all, it's pretty basic, but this is the primary plot. After this, the plot becomes, look around, thing, kill it, information, kill things, big threat, killed, good job, repeat. Now, I will not fault the game for its story. It's less of an RPG than it is an MMO. If anything, it's an MMO action-adventure game. But an RPG would be pushing it. I say this because, aside from making your character look like a good guy or a bad guy, you're not much different from everyone else. I mean, yeah, your playstyle can vary greatly, especially with the tons of weapons variants there are. But I'll get to that later. What I mean is, you have the missions you gotta do, like most RPGs, but this game lacks real dialogue choices aside from, I didn't pay attention, make me go through the tutorial again, please. So yeah, not much else. I mean, there are side missions, but they don't add to the story at all. Otherwise, your adventure is your constant scurrying through the clockworks of Cradle, filled with danger and monsters. Some levels are peaceful and give you shit. Some are hard and show no mercy. There are even missions that are designed to grind out the difficulty. And with the advent of group difficulty, it's really cool, because you can make the fight easy, medium, or fuck my life! It's great! Earlier I mentioned weapons, and there are a ton. I mean, you have 3 main weapon types, but then there are like 7 different weapon types within those, and they continuously spawn off into cooler and cooler weapons. For example, I use the Avenger, because it's an elemental heavy blade. I attack slower, but I do a ton of damage on each hit. So yeah! But others might use the Cutter, which hits super fast but deals little damage per hit, sort of making it a hit as many times as you can before they hit you. But yeah, each weapon has its advantages and disadvantages. Example, sword deals a medium amount of damage, but it requires close range, and it puts the user at risk. However, it does attack rather quickly. Guns deal damage from afar and also attack quickly, but are weak in comparison to swords, thus they take more shots to kill the same foe. Bombs are a tricky one to use, but they deal massive damage, and they are often awesome with the status effects. But they are an immediate range weapon, and they require charge time, so it is a high-risk, high-reward weapon. But hey, bombers are pretty cool, dude. I personally think the diversity is great, and I think it's really cool that you can play any way you want to thanks to it. Now, here I'm going to get a bit more negative, because this game is free to play. But, as we all know, that usually means in-game purchases that'll make it much easier and hand the game over to you. And they do this. The game has a currency called CE, or Crystal Energy. It can be used to buy spheres of alchemy, equipment, rare equipment, and other valuable items. And many of these items are crucial to gameplay, especially the spheres of alchemy! Now, luckily the developers do have hearts, and they implemented trade systems where you can trade in-game money for CE. However, it is expensive when you start to need it. So far, I've only got 100 CE, and I need 400 to complete my goddamn armor set. So this is where the game gets repetitive, because you also cannot earn CE items by a dungeon drop until the higher levels. But to get to the higher levels, you need CE, because then you'll have good enough stuff to get to them and the cycle goes on. I've honestly fallen out of it as of late, because my days are just spent grinding on the crowns, which is the in-game money, and waiting until I can finally afford my sweet CE and get that armor set. One day. All in all, I think it's a good game. The combat style is reminiscent of an older Zelda game, which I'm a big fan of, with a cyberpunk alien twist. The weapons are cool, and the armor is awesome and well designed. And it is free to play. But like I said, that means you'll be grinding crowns for hours if you want to make any progress to the higher levels. And that just isn't fun at all. Overall, I believe this game deserves a 7 out of 10. Because it's fun, but it does the same thing a lot of free-to-play games do. And that is, make it hard on you unless you're willing to pay real-life money. But it doesn't prevent it from being a free or fun game. So overall, I think it's a good game. Plus, it is free. The link to the game will be in the description below. Anyway, guys, this has been Adorable Enderman, and I will see you all later.